Oh. 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 Might be feeling a little grumpy. So I don't know if I'm grumpy. I don't think grumpy's the right word. I don't think I'm grumpy. I'm just having a hard time waking up. And I've been through a whole lot of trauma. Good morning, Chip. Already this morning. Good morning, Sharon. It started. Good morning, Nick Jackson. It is a great day. Sometimes my audience inspires me. Well, Lisa, I'll tell you about my problems with my coffee and the trauma it caused me. But good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Monday morning. Good morning, Best Storm. It is June, probably 17th, I think. It is 7:37 a.m. Happy Monday. This is a little show that I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking. And yes, I am Knuff. Good morning, Henry. Show about me sharing some feelings. Hello from Waco. Sharing some ups and downs. I may need some kimono dragon. I don't know what that means. Ian Roddersman, hello. Am I planning on coming back to Naperville eventually? I'm not totally sure, Ian. My beautiful little babies are there, so I need to come back and love on them. But I'm not sure what my plans are, but I appreciate the question. Good morning, Don Gilmore. My collar was askew. But anyway, like I said, this is a show about me talking and sharing some feelings. Hello, Donna Gilmore. Hello, Patty Enos. Sharing some ups and downs. Sharing a little bit about the roller coaster that is life. But for those that have been watching a while, you know it's a show a lot more than just about me talking. For those that have been watching a while, you know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And it was almost the coffee that didn't happen today. But I'll get to that in a moment. So I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, covered by one packet of hot chocolate to keep it warm. And I'm excited to have my first sip. Hello, James. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I sipped that with just a hint of skepticism this morning. I woke up kind of late. I worked late last night. I had a long shift yesterday. I worked the lunch and dinner shift, and was kind of beat and exhausted and didn't want to go on and just wanted to lay down, and I was finishing up all my side work. But we got out of there at about 11 o'clock last night, and I kind of wobbled home, laid in bed, and said, "Oh, thank you, Lord. It feels so good." And it did. But I got a few good hours of sleep. I usually wake up pretty early. I'm usually up by, 5:15 or so my time. But this morning, because I was tired and beat and worn out from a long day yesterday, I was able to sleep in till 6:30 or 6:45, which felt kind of nice. But it was hard getting out of bed today. Oh, yes, it was hard getting out of bed today. Laid there for a while. I'm not working till dinner tonight, which feels nice, so I had no reason to hurry. Good morning, Kelly R. I had no reason to hurry. And again, I think it's important to live in gratitude and be grateful for the gifts we're given. And one of the best ways to show gratitude is by appreciating the gifts we're given. So rather than hop out of bed and get all stressed and run out the door and hobble to the cafeteria, I decided to lay in quiet in my bed for like half an hour. Felt kind of nice. Felt kind of nice. Wasn't in a hurry to do anything, which is totally unusual for me because I feel my life's been a race from one point to the next. Just feeling like I need to do something. But it was kind of nice just chilling out and sleeping in. But eventually I got the energy to get up, get dressed, and get out the door. Wobbled back to the cafeteria. Wobbled because I'm 55 and I'm waiting tables for 12 hours a day and it hurts. But I wobbled back to the cafeteria. And was pulled the lever down for the coffee. And only a couple drops came out. And a nice young man that works there came over and was going to refill it. And he was going to put an orange bag in the coffee brewer. And I said, wait, no, that's decaf. You can't put that in there. The decaf lever's over here. And he goes, oh, no, the orange bag's the caffeinated. I went, what? And I grabbed the bag, or another orange bag, and looked at it, and on the label, it said decaf. I said, whoa, nice young man. You're a little green around the ears. Let me teach you something. Orange usually is a sign for warning. Decaf, coffee awaits. And that's not what I needed this morning. So I grabbed a bag as the silver bag and said, this is the caffeinated. And he goes, no, look. And he pointed at the label. And to my surprise, shock, and horror, it said, House Blend Decaf. So what I was looking at were a silver bag of decaf and an orange bag of decaf and no regular coffee. And I literally went, whoa. I mean, I don't know if I literally did, but I did some variation of that. And I explained the plight, the situation I was in to anyone that would listen. But that young man didn't give up. He kept going. He went back to the dry storage and told me he found a bag of caffeinated coffee, to which I am now drinking. So cheers again. Cheers again to that young man. We're having a wee bit of internet connection issues. I'm sitting right outside the hotel. I might be on the employee broadband and not the guest broadband. I'm frozen. I'm unfrozen. We can't have that. Sometimes internet connection issues outside the hotel. Keep doing the best I can. Gonna probably lose viewers if I keep getting disconnected from the internet. Mama told me there'd be days like these. Oh, she did, where the caffeinated coffee wouldn't have caffeine and the internet connection wouldn't have a connection. Mama didn't actually say that because when I was a little boy, we didn't have the internet. Imagine that for all you young whippersnappers out there that are 21 and came out of the womb with a iPhone in your hand, texting your mom saying, hey, Mom, thanks for giving birth to me. I appreciate you. Send. Unlike when we did it when I was a baby and just screamed, wah, 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 and announced our coming into the world that way. I was sitting behind a couple young ladies yesterday, and it was Father's Day yesterday, and they were wondering, is it okay just to text Dad on his Father's Day? And they were discussing, and the other one responded, well, I texted my dad. Me, as I tend to do, I've been known to eavesdrop and butt into other conversations from time to time, and I thought at this point I would hop in and give her a dad's perspective. And I said, well, a text is better than nothing, but a call or a FaceTime would be so much better and would seem so much so much more important to your dad. And I know as a guy, a father of 4 beautiful kids, yeah, it's nice. A text is kind of okay. But if I get to see my little babies or see them blow me a kiss, and I was working all day yesterday, so was playing FaceTime tag with my oldest daughter most of the day, and she was working at her job, and we each sent each other pictures because we couldn't hook up via FaceTime because we were both working on a Father's Day. And we both had our uniforms, and we both had our serious faces on, and we both looked extremely professional. But I would say for any young person out there, you can text, but, it's not the same. I'm sure your dad would appreciate hearing your voice and hearing you say you love him and hearing you say Happy Father's Day. And that's a lesson not a lesson because you guys do what you want, but just something I think calls and visits and handwritten cards. Oh, yeah, you can mail handwritten cards, and I'll tell you what, it'll knock your dad or mom or friend's socks off if you send them a little letter. I know it seems silly and it seems old-fashioned, but it still means a lot, and the more outdated it seems, the more impact it has to the recipient. I was a realtor for 17 years and used to rain them down, and they're little droplets of joy that you put in the take to the post office and send out to somebody just to say thanks or just to say you appreciate them or what have you. So let's have a little more coffee. It might not be my best show today. It can't always be your best show. I don't feel I have so much to share with you this morning. It's interesting. I've been doing this show a long time, for about 5 years now. And for most of the time, I'm in an apartment somewhere in Naperville and talking about life and anxiety and sobriety and mental health and financial ups and downs and relationships. And my audience was growing really quickly. And I had an opportunity to drive out to Yellowstone and take a job working as a waiter for the season. And I accepted it because I needed to. And I thought it would kind of help me get back on my feet and allow me to cover my financial responsibilities and honestly kind of take my show on the road and, be at places that I hadn't been before and tell stories that I hadn't told before, and thought it would, grow my audience quicker. Sometimes I'll be in front of a mountain, and I thought that would be really captivating. There's a point to this story, so bear with me. But what I've found is my growth and my social media pages has actually slowed down significantly. Hey, you're welcome, Andrew. Slowed down significantly since I hopped on my bike and rode across the country and got to Yellowstone and been working. And it was exploding and growing really quickly when I was just sitting on a couch sharing my morning with viewers. And the point is, it kind of makes me feel good because I enjoy this show. It's not a one-trick pony where I'm in a pretty place and I'm going to show you pretty views and you're going to watch it for that because, life's not about being in pretty places or even in Yellowstone or national parks or on mountainsides or in front of rainbows and butterflies. Life's every day and sometimes not glamorous and sometimes just the way it is. And for most of us, just the way it is waking up at home and sitting down on a chair or a couch or what have you and drinking a cup of coffee and getting your day started that way. And that's what the basic, my show at its core. And I was a little worried that I'd come out to Yellowstone, my audience would get huge, and I'd eventually leave Yellowstone and they'd be disappointed. So what I'm telling you is it seems the audience wants me back at home talking about sobriety, mental health, financial ups and downs in relationships, and coffee. Mama says she hates coffee. Mama, that's okay to hate coffee. I mean, I don't. I don't. I really love it. I mean, love might be a little strong, but I wasn't feeling good when I thought it would all be decaf this morning. But you can hate coffee. We still love you. It's all part of being human, just existing and being grateful. That's what I get from your chats. Well, Andrew, I appreciate you saying that. And I'll tell you, I talk a lot about gratitude and a lot about prayer, and I'm not even close to the most spiritual guy in the world. But a lot of times over the last few years, I've been divorced. I've had changed careers. I've had some real financial pits I've fallen into, and a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear and a lot of dire moments. And I'd wake up and feeling lackadaisical, unenergetic, not sure what to do. And I realized gratitude and prayer can get you through a whole range of emotions and not just help you cope with anxiety or fear or what have you. And because of prayer and because of thinking a few things I was grateful for, I was able, I mean, I had to get out of bed eventually, but I got out of bed with a little more pep in my step and got dressed and said good morning to a bunch of people this morning and got my coffee and started talking to you. Hello, Daniel. How are you? Thank you for joining. My coffee's running low, and it's Monday morning. The days kind of blend together as a real... I had a dream last night that my ex-wife and I were going to go back into real estate, but we were going to do it different this time. I don't think it made me wake up on a good feeling at all. We worked together as realtors twice, and neither time did it go to work out very well. And again, I was a realtor for a long, long time, and don't want to be a realtor again. And my brain was, even as unconsciously, while I'm sleeping, was running through combinations. Did I do something wrong? What if I would do it differently? And honestly, my brain was telling me to try something different for 17 years, and all I did was different ways to try and do real estate and market my business. And again, I did fairly okay. But the thought of waking up feeling like I'm going back into real estate wasn't a good feeling. Wasn't a good feeling. So that kind of makes me happy as I think back on that. And as sore as my body is, and despite the fact that I get to work tonight from 4 to, 11:30, and despite that I'm 55 years old, and a good part of whatever income I earn is already allocated to 2 responsibilities, I'm fortunate to have the job. And even though yesterday was Father's Day and I worked 12 hours and I didn't see my kids and I didn't see the golf tournament, the U.S. Open, and it was Father's Day, and despite all the opportunities for woe is me, I was grateful to have the job. And at the end of the day, I probably made a good chunk of change. And today I'm going to make a good chunk of change. And this job, I have learned, as been a waiter a few different times, like people always ask me, how was your night? How much did you make? How much did you... And I've realized if I take the highs and lows out of the job, and the huge nights where you make, $350 or something like that, and the nights where you make a third of that, if you just kind of even it out and you come in with a good attitude every day, you're going to make a good amount of money doing this job. And despite the fact that I've said it a million times, money doesn't buy happiness, and I know it doesn't buy happiness, I need the money right now. My kids need the money right now. My ex-wife's really need the money right now. So I'm fortunate. I got to go in there 12 hours yesterday and I made like $400. And that's a fair amount of money for waiting tables. And that feels good. And that money is important to me, important to my kids. Going to help in some small way for my oldest girl going to college. It's going to help me move towards my current dream of, I don't know, buying some sort of cool RV and traveling around and finding a place to live near, close to my kids, maybe in Wisconsin, and taking up fishing and continuing my coffee show and drinking the kind of coffee I want from the inside of my RV. And if I still need to work to supplement my my incredible income, good morning, Keith, I earn from doing my Coffee with Ken show, maybe I can pick up a few shifts waiting tables in Wisconsin or something and cover the costs there. But I'm doing what I have to do right now, and I'm in a position where I can make some pretty good money doing a job that honestly, I mean, I'm pretty good at it, and I kind of enjoy. I had a waitress tell me, you obviously enjoy it, and say various good, nice things about me last night, because I do come in there with a good attitude, and I do get to bring Coffee with Ken. Thank you, Keith. Kind of on the road, and every table I get to be me in front of a table. And yes, I got to bring them their coffee or their Coke or their beer or their wine or their food or their what have you, and clean their tables. But also every table I come up to, or at least most tables I come up to, I get to be me. If they ask my story, I'll tell them there's my story. I'll share experiences and share a little bit about life. And hopefully bring a little bit of joy into their dinner and bring a little joy into their trip here to Yellowstone, and bring a smile to their faces. And last night, I'm going into a long version. Last night, my very first table sat there all night. And it was a window seat with a pretty view that would have had a normal high turnover and would have made me a lot of money, that individual table, if you will. But I was okay with that because I don't like being crazy busy at work. I'd rather spend a little time with each table and each customer and be able to kneel down by the little kids and ask them what they're having and have them quietly or shyly point at the kids menu, or be able to joke with a guy about whatever I want to joke with, or talk to guys about beer or not drinking beer or tastes of beer, or the fact that I don't drink beer, or tell them my story, or tell them about Naperville, or tell them about my kids, or tell them about scooters. So I get to be me in front of a table broken up by periods of spasticness, running back to the kitchen going, I need a loaded baked potato on the double. I forgot to enter it. And I don't like the moments of panic. But I come in there pretty much with a smile every day, and kind of some enthusiasm. And because I had one table sitting at that one table all night, my section was a little bit smaller per se than it normally would have been. And I got to spend a little more time with each table and joke with each table and be me in front of each table. And although I promise you, waiting tables or serving or what have you isn't, what I expected to be doing at 55, kind of gives me an opportunity to express myself. And if I get to express myself to you guys on Coffee with Ken in the morning, and continue to do it in a pretty darn lucrative fashion at night, that's not a bad thing. All the while being in Yellowstone. Yeah. Thank you, Chastity. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys hopping on, and I appreciate you guys hopping on this Monday morning. Again, I don't know how much I have for you today. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If you don't, that's cool. I can sign off and put this video on various social media platforms and watch how many people view it. And I got a quiet Monday ahead of me till 4 o'clock tonight. I'm going to be waiting tables from 4 to 11. Probably make a couple $100. Thank you, Mama. And that money will be well spent taking care of my kids and hopefully saving up a little bit of money for me and my RV. I think that would be so cool. I think that would be so cool. I got friends with 5,000 square feet homes that are probably worth $1.5 million, and I don't want a 5,000 square foot home that's worth $1.5 million. I just don't need that in my life right now. I need enough for me and maybe my dog Holly and my kids when I have them, and just doing fun things and hanging out and having breakfast and just doing whatever the heck we want. And the thought of being tied down for so long, I lived in the western suburbs of Chicago because I was divorced in 2013 from my first wife, and I had 2 beautiful daughters, and I spent the next 11 years in the suburbs of Chicago, not because I wanted to be in the suburbs of Chicago, although it was really all I knew, but it was to be close to my kids. And I still want to be close to my kids, and I want to be involved in my kids as much as I can. And I will be. Because that's the one tough thing about being here. But I don't know. I mean, I like nice cars, and I had a nice car until last year. And I might get a nice car again. But that's not what drives me, and that's not what gives me joy or makes me smile. Seeing my kids makes me smile. Talking to customers makes me smile. Joking with fellow employees makes me smile. And doing my Coffee with Ken show makes me smile. Walking into the gym and saying good morning to the people I know makes me smile. Seeing employees I know at Starbucks or what have you makes me smile. FaceTiming my dad yesterday makes me smile. Chatting with my friends makes me smile. I think people make me smile. And just as importantly, I think I make people smile. And that makes me feel good and gives me meaning and gives me a pep in my step. And I think God blesses us all with certain gifts, and God's blessed me with gifts, certainly. And also given me challenges. Oh, has he given me challenges. But that's okay. Because the challenges make us better, make us stronger, make us more ready to deal with the stuff we have in life. And I'm ready to deal with the stuff we have in life. And I'm ready for my Monday. And I'm ready for my next cup of coffee. And I'm ready for my work shift tonight because I know it's one step forwards in getting... Good morning.
Morning.
How are you? You got a little spunk to you. Did you go on a nice walk?
Just did a nice shower.
A nice shower. Cleanliness is next to godliness.
It really helped.
Yeah, it does. Have a great day. But, yeah, I'm ready for my day. And despite the aches and pains in my body and my 8 hours I'm going to work tonight, it's all part of the process and it's all part of the path I'm on. And I promise you, if you break it down in life to whatever you're facing today, it's moving forward, it's feeling good, it's loving yourself, it's having gratitude, it's smiling at some lady that walked by who just had a nice hot shower. And I don't know. I hope you enjoy your Monday. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this Monday morning. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for subscribing to my page, following my videos, following along in my story, being part of my journey, sharing a cup of coffee with me. I hope you're doing real well. I hope you're feeling good. Hope you're got a great night's sleep. Hope you're loving yourself. Hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.